President Trump claims Google is only showing bad news of him. He claims search results are rigged and suppressing voices of conservatives, which poses a question. Does Trump know how the internet works? In his latest point of focus, the President of the United States tweeted that Google search results for Trump news shows only the viewing and reporting of fake news media. He then added that 96% of results on Trump news are from national left-wing media, CNN being prominent. But there's a few issues with the president's claims. Let's begin with the 96%. This percentage was based on an unscientific study from an article published on conservative website PJ Media. Keyword here is unscientific. The reporter who wrote the story even stressed in a Washington Post op-ed that her research was not scientific and only included a small sample size of 100 results, which is not enough for a Fox News anchor to run with on air and call for an investigation on a supposed rigged system. The reporter at PJ Media said that out of her 100 search results, 96 were from left-leaning organizations, ranked by a chart from a former CBS News correspondent. But although left-leaning sites received far more hits on hot-button political issues than right-leaning sites, something to take into account is that that number does not reflect Google search results across the board. PJ Media's Google searches could be completely different than President Trump's and everyone else's. You see, Google search results are very complex since they're based on a series of ever-changing algorithms, geographic-specific rankings, and your own search history. So depending on where you are, how much you search for a specific topic, and what's trending, you will get different results every time. And when it comes to judging the quality of top news stories in the search results, Google ranks them by freshness, relevancy, and authoritativeness. But what is authoritativeness, and how is that managed? Google has these bots called web crawlers that index the entire web. But there are also human raters that rank these stories. According to Google, raters measure authoritativeness based on the expertise and trustworthiness of a site. Meaning if a news organization has won a Pulitzer Prize or has positive reviews and engagement from users, they'll rank up top, while sites that spread hate and misinformation are given low ratings. It's unclear what fake news articles showed up for Trump, but when we Googled Trump news, some of the top results were his own tweets, which in itself is an entirely different problem. Google tends to display top tweets relating to the topic you search for. The problem is, Twitter is not great at moderating fake news, which results in Google displaying reporting from actual fake news websites. Google has since replied to Trump's claims in a statement saying searches are not used to set a political agenda and that it doesn't bias its results towards any political ideology. Trump has widened his line of attack on Google though, with a 24-second video claiming that the search engine never promoted his State of the Union address speech, but that it would always promote Obama's. The video was published on Twitter with the hashtag #StopTheBias. Google quickly debunked that claim, saying it did highlight Trump's speech on January 30th of 2018. However, it didn't highlight his first address to Congress, since it's technically not a State of the Union. And that statement checks out. Record on the Internet Archive website, Wayback Machine, shows that Google did, in fact, promote Trump's 2018 speech. So where did the photos in the video come from? And most importantly, were they doctored? Again, Trump might not know how the internet works. If something seems inaccurate, people will quickly point out the flaws. BuzzFeed, along with other individuals and organizations, have pointed out that Trump's video shows a Google logo that was ditched in September 2015. There's also inconsistencies with the Google Doodles the search engine ran and the graphics on the Trump's video for those specific dates. But let's not forget that Google is not innocent here. While we know that this is not the search results' fault, there's still plenty concern with Google and its refusal to be fully transparent with its inner workings. Following the claims, White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said the administration is taking a look at Google searches. It's unclear what sort of investigation regulators will want to launch against Google, but the Justice Department has a track record of showing little interest in pursuing antitrust cases against Google. Regardless of what happens, one thing is for sure. Trump's admiration for Google has changed a lot from July, after regulators in Europe fined Google with $5.1 billion for antitrust violations. That's when he called the tech giant one of our greatest companies.